So today I'm going to be taking the transmission pan off this 2015 F150 with a V6 3.5 non-turbo. Going to take the transmission pan off. Going to put an aftermarket one on so that I can actually drain the fluid once in a while, put new fluid into it, and I'm going to run everybody through this. Some stuff that you might want to get for this job include, of course, some type of compatible transmission fluid. I chose Valvoline Max Life multi-vehicle. It's compatible with the Mercon LV, which is the F150's type of fluid. So this little kit from AutoZone transmission pan kit includes the gasket for the pan and also includes the filter. This nice ass Dorman transmission pan, and it has a drain plug, which is going to be really nice. And I bought this little transfer pump. I think first I will try to suck the fluid out of the dick stip hole on the bottom of the transmission. See if maybe I could just get that fluid out of there without making a mess. But overall, you're going to need this regardless, because you got to be able to pump that fluid back in the transmission. All right, I got the truck up on ramps. Some cheap old Walmart plastic ramps. Don't let them fool you, because they're actually pretty damn good when used safely. So I'm going to get ready to take the bottom cover off of the bottom of the transmission pan, and well, I'll show you. Okay, so up under here, this whole cover below the transmission pan, you got to loosen up. Looks like about 4 8mm bolts. So loosen those up, take that thing off. I can't hold this while I do it, so that's why I'm doing these videos in little segments, and then I'm going to put them all together. Alright, so I got this cover off the bottom of it. If you look up here, that's your transmission pan. Up there where I got that socket wrench, let's see, I think that's a 19mm. That is your fill hole and your transmission dipstick. Before I even loosen the pan bolts on this thing, I'm going to take that transfer pump and see if I can't go down inside that hole there to suck out most of the fluid so I don't make a big old damn mess. But if that don't work, then I'll probably loosen all these bolts, those ones on the far side over there, probably loosen them, take them out, loosen them really good, and then just start loosening all of these until all that fluid, well, I mean most of it, will drain out into my my cheap Walmart cat litter pan. So I'll get back to you on this, and okay, so the pump is actually really handy. As you could tell, I got it up there in the dipstick hole. I pushed it way down in there, started pumping, and it's taking the fluid out. So this is going to make things a lot less messy. Now, whether or not it lets me take all the fluid out or just a big amount, you know, that's to be seen. So the pump was actually a freaking success. I'm actually surprised about it. Got out quite a bit of fluid. Looks to be pretty dirty, and this truck's only got just about 100,000. So yeah, it was a success. But when we drop that pan here in just a minute, we'll see how much fluid is actually left in there. So it was a success. Didn't hardly make a mess. So regardless of how much fluid I pumped out of it, it's still got a little bit that's leaking out the end of the pan. So I'm gonna let this finish draining, and then I'll finish taking this pan off. So just keep your drain pan handy. Alright, finally got the pan off. Had just a small amount of fluid left in it, just enough to make a big old ass mess. So yep, came right down. Looks pretty good up there. And then now we're going to okay, here's the pan. The filter. Now, if you're replacing your pan, you're putting a new pan on it, you're going to want to take these little magnets off of it, and you're going to want to put them in the same, almost the same location on the new pan. So kind of hard to get off. So get them off, clean them up, clean them with brake cleaner, wipe them off real good, and then put them on the new pan. So here's the new pan with the magnets in the spot that they're supposed to be in. I cleaned these magnets up with just some cheap old brake cleaner. Cleaned them up really good, wiped them off, got all the grub and scrub off of them, made sure there weren't no metal fragments. So there's the old pan. Yeah, the old filter, that's the original, which is a Motorcraft. It's the original that was on it. So we're going to now that I got this done, gonna crawl back up under there. We're going to check the surface around the engine where the pan bolts to. Gonna make sure it's clean. Gonna make sure there ain't no old gasket, anything like that. And if there is any old gasket, we will take care of it. Alright, so back up under here again. I wanted to tell you, you gotta make sure your pan gasket don't stick to the engine, because this one did. It was stuck up there, so I had to pull it off, which it wasn't a big deal because it's metal. So there ain't nothing too bad on here, but so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to take some really nice shop towels, like these blue ones here, and I'm going to wipe this whole entire surface. Going to wipe it down real good, and then I think I will spray a little brake cleaner on a paper towel, and I'm just going to go around this whole entire surface and just try to remove any type of shit that is on there. And whatever you do, do not spray any of the brake cleaner up here to try to just clean it. You do not want to hurt your valve body. There's a lot of delicate rubber parts inside there, and you don't want to mess anything up. So I'm going to do that, and then I will come back with a new segment. Okay, so I wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. Sometimes when you take your old filter off, I don't know if you can see that. There's like a little bitty ring that actually goes on the bottom of the new filter, which would be right here on the edge of it, like that. Sometimes that gets stuck up there in the transmission, so you have to get something. Maybe I don't know, maybe a screwdriver. Maybe get up there and just kind of play with it a little bit. Try to pop that sucker out of there. Because, oh, there it goes, and it falls out of there. So, yeah, just make sure that don't get stuck up there, because you won't be able to get your new filter in there. Alright, finally got the new pan up there. Got all the bolts torqued to about 10 foot-pounds. Everything seems good and snug, and it's looking good. Now to make sure this new drain, to make sure that thing's tight, and then I will pump some fluid into it. Alright, so beginning the process of pumping some of this fluid out of the Valvoline jug. Gonna pump it back up there. Gonna pump it in. I'll probably pump in 3 quarts at first, and then I'm gonna check it. Alright guys, I have finally finished filling this thing up with transmission fluid. I can tell you that this truck takes about I think it takes just about seven quarts of transmission fluid if you empty the whole pan. So if you're going to check your fluid, which you're going to have to while you fill it up, I really recommend that you get some kind of a glove, because this damn Cadillac converter here is really hot. So yep, that's about perfect. So well, that concludes this video. Ain't got no leaks. Everything is good. Everything seems great. Now, you do all this at your own risk. Nobody's responsible but yourself. So that's the end of this video.